Okay, today's activity is the Energy Skate Park Lab, and I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit about how to use the simulation to kind of go through and track all of the questions. So let's start by just clicking to get the simulation open, so we're going to open that up. I think it comes into like three different options. So there's the intro option, which really is kind of just a plain situation. You have no friction on this one. You only have three tracks that you can choose from. Then there's the friction example. Same three tracks, but now this one you get to play with friction, so you can kind of see how things are going there. And the one we want to use is the playground option. So the playground option lets you build the track. Now there's a couple of buttons that we like to kind of show here. The first is the pie chart. So the pie chart's one that'll show the three different types of energy. And again, this is kinetic energy, gravitational potential energy, and then a thermal energy, which is really the form of friction or anything that is going to absorb or take some of the energy away from us. There's a bar chart that shows the same thing. The advantage here is that it does give you a bar for total, just like the pie would show you the total. We can grid this so that it's a nice, easy way for us to see everything. And then there's a way for us to track the speed. I generally don't like to see the speed, so I'm going to take that one off. We can adjust the mass of the skater, and we can adjust the amount of friction. Now these two buttons right here, this is the one that snaps to the track, and this one is allowing you to free flow. So it's kind of more of a challenge if we want to do things like loops to get them to stay on a loop. So I'm going to start with just the skater snap to the track, and I'm going to go ahead and let's turn off a couple of these charts, and we're going to build a track. Now the directions tell us here again that we're going to answer some questions. We'll go through a little bit of the simulation introduction, but then we want to get into the challenges. And so like our first challenge is to create a track that has two hills and will have your skater come to rest at the end of your screen. So we want to have two hills. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with, here we go, we'll make our starting hill. Okay, and then we're going to have a secondary hill. And then we want to come to rest. So we're going to have some kind of area here for the guy to come to rest. And we'll smooth it out a little bit. So there we go. So we've got a track kind of set up. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to use my, let's use the pie chart to show this. So I'm going to put my skater right here. So all of my energy is potential. And then we have him going down. And we got way too much kinetic energy. Okay, so the way that we can do that to reduce our kinetic energy is maybe we're going to increase our friction. So we'll give him lots of friction. We'll return our skater back here. Oh, not enough to get over the first hill. So that means that we need to have a little less gravitational potential energy. Okay, bring him back here. Still not enough. Let's lower that hill just a little bit more. Okay. And we did a lot better, but now we need to kind of see how else do we do it. Well, let's maybe start with less energy. So we're going to return our skater back to here. Let's start with a little less energy, which means that we're going to have to probably lower our hill as well. So let's do this. We'll lower our hill down. Alright. And now let's try our skater here. So we gave him less energy off the start. Got to get enough just to get over that first hill. And now we watch as he almost, okay. So what's another way that we could change the friction force? Well, if we have a bigger mass, that might help. Let's try that. Whoa. Bring our skater on here. Almost. Okay. So let's do this. I think we're just going to need to bring everything down a little bit more so we can have a little less potential energy. Just return my skater back there. A little less potential energy. Start with our skater on our track. And we're good. Okay, so we got our skaters done. So once you get the challenge to work, we'll want to take a little video of this. You're going to have to post that video to the assignment. You can just use your phone to do that. So just take a quick video by watching the screen. That is kind of how we go through and set these up. And you can see that we've got a number of different challenges. So not hard to do the first one. Okay, so we got that with two hills. Now we want to do tracks with loops and track with loops and jumps, and you get to design your own that has hills, loops, and jumps, and you just need to make sure that the skater comes to rest on the track. So this is where you can set your track up so that maybe he gets to bounce back if you'd like. Anyways, if you do have questions, reach out and enjoy the activity.